The EPCHS, heard everywhere podcasts can be found, and always at the EPCHS.com.
This show is absolutely packed. We are going to be at Evergreen Social, their whiskey, their bourbon, their board games, their family, their really good food. They're a really interesting place. That's the back half of the show. And the principal of Evergreen Park Community High School, Matt Dugan, is with us shortly to kick off the show, all brought to you by the First National Bank of Evergreen Park. Total Access checking account gives you free ATMs nationwide, $300 bonus with qualifying activities, great mobile banking tools, award-winning customer service, and guess what? No overdraft charges as well. So you can try really, really hard to get everything perfect right, but if you got to go to an ATM with a fee, don't worry about it. If you screw up and you overdraft, don't worry about it. You can visit them anytime in that iconic building at the corner of 95th and Pulaski, the First National Bank of Evergreen Park, member FDIC. School starts way too early. I'm going to say this right off the bat. It starts way too early because I already have a principal down here. I can't believe it because it's early August and my daughter's going back down to college and I'm getting my son ready for his senior year of high school. And Matt Dugan, principal of Evergreen Park Community High School, is ready to get going as well. How are you?
Doing great. I just joked with you when I got here saying that I feel like I just saw you the other day, and here we are again.
Is summer vacation just shorter? I mean, is that it feels that way. Like I've seen posts on social media. I had a buddy of mine text me. It doesn't make any sense. It feels like they just got off of school and they're going back. Has it really changed? Because I feel like the bitter, angry Gen Xers, which are myself, are like, what the hell is going on here? It feels like summer was short this year.
No, it's the same. Trust me, the teachers would be the first one to line up and yell at me if I shortened their summer. So, but high schools have gone back to school a little bit earlier than back in the day. So I think that's what everyone's seeing the effect of. Because remember, we got out before Memorial Day. So we did get out pretty early too.
You did get out pretty early. I think
still the same number of days, I promise. I'm not cheating people on their summer days.
I get thrown off because I got one kid, I think, that went until like almost the second week of June. And I got another one that was done because of college the first week of May. Yeah. And then I had another one that was maybe in the middle of May. So to me, I'm looking at the last kid and then the first kid, and I'm like, it's short. So I thank you for explaining that one too.
Trust me, the teacher, like I said, the teacher would be the first one to line up and tell me if I shorten their summer. They would be right there. So,
You hired some new teachers.
We did. We got 6 new staff members on, so we're really looking forward to it. And again, I talked to you previously about our processes with having student leaders involved in that, and we feel like we selected nothing but the best and brightest teachers coming into the school for this.
I find that so interesting. Yeah. The thing where you involve the kids to it. Like I knew somebody that interviewed for your band director job. He brought that up to me. He's like, I don't see a lot of other schools doing that. Mike Glenn, your head basketball coach, I know that he was interviewed as well, and he brought it up to me. It is very interesting to me that you do it. I like the idea because I feel like you involve your kids in the process of everything that you do. I mean, your dean has been down here explaining how they keep things calm in the school and the students are involved. You were telling me the last time you were here, no fights at Evergreen Park Community High School.
That made a lot of news. I mean, I had a bunch of parents come up to me, which was great. But again, involving our students in this process, this is their school, their community. And I said that from day one, and I firmly believe that. And our students, again, stepping up as leaders and identifying who, and I tell them, I'm like, identify the best teacher, the person who you would want to teach you, your siblings, and our students so far are just hitting home runs. So.
You made it to the end of the year with the no fights, right?
Yeah. I didn't jinx it.
You told me it. You're like, I still got a week and a half left.
Yeah,
stink if I aired this.
No, we made it. And again, testament to the kids, testament to the staff, the PPS support staff on that one. But our students are, again, like I said, with the hiring processes involving them in, the hiring of staff members, coaches. We're really looking forward to seeing the new teachers here. Mike Glennon, off to a great start, had a great summer camp. Looking forward to seeing what great things he does for our basketball program this year.
That's awesome. Okay, so beginning of a school year for a high school, I noticed that there's a lot of emphasis on the incoming freshmen.
Yep.
And then you have seniors that are getting ready for that big final year.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
juniors taking the ACT.
Yeah, juniors are taking the ACT.
And sophomores got to worry about driver's ed. Everyone's got something.
Everybody's got something. And then you've said it before, your goal is to get these kids either to college or what they want to do afterwards. I know you have programs that set kids up to learn trades.
Yeah.
And so you want to set them up and you want them to not have to really have to pay very much. Like that was your goal. Get them in there, get them to be able to go where they want to go and find a way for them to get most of it, if not all of it, paid for. That's one of your big goals. So as you enter this year, I would think you have to hit the ground running because applications for colleges almost start, if you're going to do early application and start going after some of that funding, you got to get going early on that. So is that your main focus, or do you have to like compartmentalize and be like, all right, I got to take care of the freshmen, but then in an hour I got to go take care of the seniors, and I can't forget the sophomores and the juniors?
Well, that's a great question, and it's actually really complex. The two things: one, we got our AP scores back from last year, so one of the things I talked about to you was improving our advanced placement offerings and then success. The previous year we had the most success in school history as far as advanced placement, more kids passing than ever. More awards, it was just off the charts. And then we got our scores back in June. We did even better last year than the year before. And so couldn't be happier. And so again, we're talking about paying for college. All those students are getting college credit, right, while in high school. And so to have the numbers we had on return was insane. I mean, we're talking over 90% in a lot of our classes of kids passing the AP test, getting 3, 4s, and 5s, and getting college credit while in high school. We have more students than ever taking advanced placement courses and more passing in a higher percentage than ever. So some people are like, oh, you could reduce. No. We actually went the opposite. We increased the number of students taking advanced placement courses, and our percentage of students actually went up as well as the total number of kids passing. So that's off to a great start.
And that's also impressive to me, not to cut off the rest of your answer, but impressive to me because your teachers are not making that test up. No. That's a standardized test. So that shows they had to teach the students correctly, or you don't get those scores.
And they're doing it by not teaching to the test. They're doing it by truly developing the depth of knowledge that the students are doing in the classroom. They're doing a heck of a job with that.
That's incredible.
So, testament to our teachers. I can't wait to, we haven't had our staff meeting yet. They're going to come back on Monday, but one of the first things I'm going to talk about is just the success of our students and the teachers, likewise, on the advanced placement test we had last May. Incredible numbers. I honest to God, couldn't be any happier with how they did. But back to your point, like our internships are still expanding. So we still have the partnerships that we had from last year. I think, and this is going to go out, but I'm about 99% sure we're going to be working with the Evergreen Park Fire Department for like a mini cadet, like a revital of the cadet program.
Oh, I remember them coming in and telling me that. So the chief brought that up on the show, I want to say a month or so ago. So I know he wants to do it.
No, we talked the other day, like he says it's on. And I'm like, good, let's do this because we got kids signed up for that. So again, we're just, expanding upon the construction internship, the education internships, the professional internships that we have going on with kids in businesses and communities. But now that we're partnering with the fire department, we're looking at another career opportunity for students to get in right in, after high school, if that's your pathway. And why not? What a wonderful job and career to give into. They give back to the community and you serve the community that you grew up in. And our students are going to get a head start on that, which is everything that we're trying to do. We're just trying to get our students a head start, a foot in the door, and start that networking or process before they graduate high school. And so that's the point of our internships. So really, really excited about that. And excited to see how it's going to grow and develop over the next couple of years.
All right, so give me some advice, because you're a high school principal, okay? My oldest is off at the University of Illinois. When she was getting ready for college, when she was entering her senior year, she's so organized. She knew where she wanted to go. She had figured out what she wanted to be. She walked in and got all of her applications done and I think she had everything applied for before the end of September. Like everything was done. And then she was like, let's go look at this place and let's go look at this place because they're my top two choices. She was on, right?
Yep.
My son is the exact opposite. I get those mailers from the colleges. They show up at the house and I throw them at him while he's laying in bed playing a Clash Royale on his phone or playing some video game online with his buddies. And he puts them off to the side. And every time I ask him, he's like, And I know he wants to go to college. He wants to be an electrical engineer. How nervous should I be? And what do you say to parents who are like, my kid is doing really well in school, but I'm really afraid he's going to be living with me next year because he's not moving very fast. Like, how do you motivate those kids and get them to the next step so they can get out of my house and go to college?
Yeah, well, the number one advice I give the students and the parents is they got to take the visits. They have to physically go see the college or university they're going to go attend, because you won't truly know what the facilities look like, what the equipment looks like if you're going to go into a specified field, like you already have it predetermined, like your daughter, or even if you're going to do a different type of thing such as computers or engineering. You're going to want to make sure the facilities are adequate for what you want to do and put you to that next level, because you don't want to be learning on software that's been outdated. You don't want to be doing things that are old practice. You want to be up to date with the current trends. But to do so, you have to know truly what the university offers, and the best way to do that is to go see in person. So when I was in high school, I think my mom took me to a handful, and the other ones were local. So I drove myself. I remember driving myself, and some of my buddies from high school, we would take road trips and go visit colleges together if we were being recruited to play football or whatnot. But we would still go see university and check out everything they had to offer to make sure it was the right fit for us. But
so get him out the door.
Have to get out the door.
All right.
Have to get out there no matter what. First step is
what if he hasn't figured out where he wants to visit? Do I just drag him to any college?
Yeah, go visit.
All right, I'm going to drag him to college. Because he looks at the University of Illinois where his sister's at, and it's too big. Like he goes, this is too big.
So he already has a baseline.
Yeah.
Well, that's half the battle, right? So now you can limit your visits to what is a university, what's the campus life I want to be, am I going to be a commuter, am I going to go on campus, is it too far, is it local? But you have to physically go see it. And our school does a nice job of offering visits for students throughout the course school year, not just limiting it to seniors, but we do open it up for all grade levels to make sure they have opportunities to go see colleges.
Awesome. Rick Ryan was on the show a couple of weeks ago. He's your state representative. He was talking about how he eats a lot of ribs and he passes a lot of bills. And one of the bills, I can't remember if he passed it or it was getting passed. He was talking about it a lot on the show. The idea that he wants all high schools in the state of Illinois to teach basics of living, of life to their students. The idea of what is a mortgage and how do you balance your checkbook and the basic life skills, investing, things like that. How do you do these things? Because he feels like not all of them are prepared when they get out. I think I mentioned very clearly in the interview that I believed you guys were doing it. Take me through what Evergreen already does.
Those life skills are incorporated into our financial literacy course, which is required for all students to graduate. So we're already going to meet that requirement of the bill. So we're not too worried about that. I mean, I think it's a great thing. I'm excited, but we don't have to adapt too much because we're already doing that. And again, that was coming from our teachers, saying that these are the necessary life skills students should have when it comes to personal finance, personal responsibility of being able to manage things that you need to be able to know before you get out of high school. Because if you weren't taught that at home and you weren't aware of those things, it was really putting you behind the eight ball there. But our teachers do a really nice job of that. So our students are already getting those things. So it's going to be a non-transition / smooth transition for us.
Is this the best time of the year? I mean, because I would think, here's the thing.
A lot of nervousness.
Really? Because to me, I would be like, okay, when they walk in the door, there's got to be this feeling of everything's new again. The first football game has to be exciting to see them all in the stands. It always feels like fall, either with a high school or on a college campus, is the best time, right?
It's the most exciting time.
Okay. But not the best time, though, because you got a lot to do.
It's not even busy. It is, thinking back to when I was a teacher or when I was assistant principal or dean or now principal, you want to start the year out as perfect as can be. You want everything to be as smooth and the transitions to be great. So it's nervous in the sense that you want it to go perfect. You want everything to be right because you want to set the tone for a great school year. And so we had a wonderful school year last year. We want to start this year off the same way that last year's ended. And so you just want it to be really, really smooth start to the school year. So that's where the anxiousness comes in. But at the same time, it is great. You get a whole group of new kids coming back. You got the kids that are returning. You haven't seen them all summer. If they're playing sports, you've seen them. But you want to see how well they do this next season or this next school year in the classroom or with the upcoming plays. So you're excited to see the kids returning. But you want to have that same camaraderie. You want to have that same culture and climate that we ended last year. So yeah, you want to have a great start to the school year. And so that's where the anxiousness comes in. It's just making sure we land everything with the first couple weeks.
Does it kick off with a celebration of, I think you have 3 girls that were on the Evergreen Park Girls Softball Leagues.
Yeah, we're going to have to do something for them.
They almost won the whole thing, made it to the Little League World Series Championship.
They're world runner-ups.
Yeah,
that's about as good as it gets, right?
Who are the 3 that are from your school?
Addison Merskos, we have Molly Goike, and Lainey Shillo.
Did they already start at the school?
They
or
did.
Are they starting this year?
All 3 were all freshmen last year on varsity.
Okay.
And tells you how good they were, right? I mean, they're absolutely amazing at softball. And I think to see the community rally behind them, to see local businesses rally behind these girls and the school, it was unbelievable. I mean, we could not have been more proud. We were so happy for them. Talk about a once in a lifetime experience. I mean, you get to go, you're playing in the state tournament, then you play in the regional tournament, then you get flown out to right outside of Seattle and you're in a world championship and they're playing Puerto Rico, they're playing Canada, Italy. I mean, unbelievable. What an experience. And to see them represent our school and our community so well. They won the Sportsmanship Award, and they won that award, which was voted upon by all the teams there. And they were going to the celebrity softball games, teaching their hula dance to the other coaches and the other players, and Laney Schill is congratulating players on first base for getting hits. They represented our school and our community exactly for everything our school and community can be. And so we couldn't have been more proud of them. So happy for them to have that experience. What a cool experience to be able to be flown out and be treated as many celebrities. Got a parade down back into town, signing autographs. I mean, what a awesome time for them.
Yeah, and your softball coach has to be excited that they have young players, right?
Yeah.
You got young players that already performed well enough. They were on varsity last year. Now they got this experience, and they're part of a core that's being built for Evergreen Park. I mean, you might see that EP softball team later on as they get older and continue to grow in their skills become kind of a powerhouse.
Oh, Coach Vusko is the proudest one. I mean, she was at all the watch parties, and she's tweeting out all this stuff and Instagramming and everything, and I think she couldn't have been happier for them and championing their success. I think her expectation is the same thing. I think as these girls become sophomores, juniors, and seniors, I don't see why she doesn't expect them to compete for state championships for the next 3 years. I mean,
she's got to be pumped.
She's beyond excited. She got a nice core. They had a great season last year, and they're going to continue to build upon that moving forward for the next, however many years. Those girls are all going to be sophomores. So we got them for 3, but we have a nice group of sophomores and juniors above them and seniors, and then we have a nice group of incoming freshmen that are going to continue to help and build our program.
That's incredible. It sounds like you got an exciting year coming up.
Going to be a great year.
It should be an awful lot of fun. I appreciate you letting us follow along, checking in and having, folks like Mike Glennon, who just joined your basketball coach, and everybody from the school checks in year round with us here on the EP podcast. And I love it because it's really kind of fun to watch what's going on with that school, because every time you or somebody else comes in here, it's like, by the way, we added these 3 things. We accomplished this big thing here, and all the kids are well behaved, and it's like you're like the dream right now.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
couldn't ask for a better school and a better group of students and better group of teachers. I truly am like the happiest person alive. It's awesome.
Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Building relationships, supporting the community, and service. These are the things that Country Financial stands for. They're more than just an office you may pass by as you drive through Evergreen Park. They're neighbors who lend a helping hand and support the fabric of your community, including charitable organizations, sports, financial education, and civic organizations. And since Country is already your neighbor, they want to get together and chat. Call your local Country Financial representative, Mike Thauer, today at 708-425-1559 to talk about the things that are important to you and how he can help you protect them. EP Podcast Word on the Street, brought to you by Spoken Vine Wine Bar and Bottle Shop, northeast corner of 95th and Kedzie. An amazing array of wines, incredible small plates, 21 and over, and a great place. Middle of the week, definitely the weekends. I love that bar. Check out everything they have going on, their wine tasting events, and more at SpokenVineWines.com. Only a couple days away from another railroad crossing closure, 95th Street at Troy. Gonna get closed down August 17th. It will take about 2 weeks, so get ready to find an alternate way through town. You're gonna see stepped up patrols from Evergreen Park PD and the state of Illinois from August 15th through September the 2nd. It is a click it or ticket campaign, so buckle up and don't drive recklessly. Stop at stop signs, like adults. And remember to mark your calendars for the final concert in the summer concert series, Labor Day, September the 1st, James J. Sexton Park. The City Lights Orchestra, our good friend Rich Daniels, who has been on before, conducts that, taking the stage at 5:30. Food and drinks available for purchase and fireworks afterwards. Lots of new restaurants opening up in Evergreen Park. We're going to check out another one right now as Evergreen gets social. There is a new restaurant in Evergreen Park. We've had a few of them pop up recently. I have not been able to contain my excitement, Philip Flores, of getting to your place, Evergreen Social, a whiskey and board game Tavern, and we're going to get into exactly what that means. But thanks for joining me on the EP podcast. How are you?
Thank you for having us, Chris. I really appreciate you coming out and checking out our food and our space. We're excited to be in the community. It's a very based, community-driven idea.
Yeah, let's start with that. I was talking with your wife, first of all, family restaurant, but also community restaurant. She told me you have a lot of Evergreen Park High School kids that are working here behind the scenes or even out on the floor. I mean, you have, not everybody here is a Evergreen Park High School student, but she was telling me that, what do you got, like 20 or so of them that are working here?
Yeah, out of the EP High School, we have about 22 kids that are working here, but in general, we have about 90% of our staff is from Evergreen Park. We were trying to keep the green and evergreen type of feel. We wanted to show the community love that has shown us love. We also have a bunch of artwork designed by the students in Evergreen, and it's on our doors. We gave scholarships for that. We did a couple walls, and then we're also giving 2 more students the entry when they come in, 2 separate walls there as well. So we really are trying to teach and develop and make sure that our future students and everything like that are set up for success. You know, the restaurant industry is a good industry to learn a lot of tales of job, and it helps them develop, and then when they go away to college, they can find jobs easily that helps support their lifestyle out here.
We're going to get into a lot of the details, but before we do that, so it's not just me constantly eating food in front of people. Tell me about, let's start with one of the drinks. You have 2 of them out here. Which one here, if I walk in the place, would you say, Chris, you got to make sure you try that?
Knowing that you like whiskey and bourbon. I would have to say it's our blackberry basil smash.
Okay, so what's in this guy?
So it's muddled basil and blackberries. It is a Irish whiskey. Tullamore Dew is our favorite, or Jameson. And then it is a deceased with lemon and simple syrup. Shaken until it hurts, I always like to say, because you want to make sure that the juices and the flavors mix really well together. And it's built in a tin and then poured over ice. What do you think?
That is incredible. And you know what I like about it? You know, like you said, I like bourbon. Mm-hmm. I go down to Kentucky every year. I'm going to Bourbon and Beyond in September. It's a 4-day festival. My daughter's going with me so she can see Noah Kahn. I've become a little bit of a Noah Kahn fan because of her, but I'm definitely going for 4 days of drinking bourbon and listening. I mean, Collective Soul's going to be there. It's a bunch of 90s alternative bands, and then a couple of bands that she really likes. But I make a trip down there and go to distilleries all the time, and the thing that drives me nuts when I get a bourbon drink is if there's too much simple syrup or too much sweetness to it and I can't taste it. This is well balanced because I don't feel like it's too sweet. The moment I start to think that I got to go to the gym longer to work off the drink, I'm done. But this is really, really tasty. Great job on this one.
Thank you. I have an unlimited amount of years of bartending. I bartended all over Chicago and also from Vegas. I won a couple Bartender of the Year awards out there, so I do know how to mix a drink.
Bartender of the Year awards. Lead with that next time.
I'm kind of a little shy about it. You know?
Oh well, it's out there now. Multiple Bartender of the Year awards over here at Evergreen Social, which is really cool. So as we continue, why was it important to not only open an Evergreen Park, but to employ a bunch of Evergreen Park people here and literally put Evergreen in your name?
So the biggest thing for us was community. Evergreen, when I moved here 17 years ago with my wife, my wife has been here 36 years. And so moving here, it felt like I was instantly kind of accepted into something. We've coached EP soccer with Ken and the rec team for 14 years. And we still continue to do so now. We also have always felt welcome. I've gone to board meetings and watched the Treasury and the mayor handle their business, and also the schools. So I felt like it's such a small, tight-knit community. It felt welcoming. And the reason we chose Evergreen over everything else is I have children here. I have 5 total. And I want them to be able to grow up knowing that they have places to go, as well as like family establishments where they feel welcomed. And not saying that EP didn't have it, just stating that here we've we've tried to take the cell phone and the TVs out of people's hands and really put an emphasis on time.
Yeah, right? I like that. Yeah. I mean, I got to be honest. I mean, like, look, sometimes I walk into a place the first time I've been here. I was here last week. Mm-hmm. You soft opened, and I came walking in. I have my 19-year-old daughter with me, and I didn't even know if you were going to be here. I was just like, I want to stop in and see this place. Yeah. And the thing that struck me is that you're going to have maybe more, but I can count 3 different crowds that will come into this place. One, you have an incredible array of bourbon, and I want to get into that. But you're going to get bourbon drinkers because you're giving it at a really good price. As a guy that walks in, I was getting a few of them on the rocks, and I was like, I can't believe that. Yeah. I mean, I'm worried you're going to go out of business. So I mean, like, I liked that. Okay.
Yeah.
Second, you're going to get families. I saw a few in here. They're playing regular board games, and the family's sitting around. They're having something to eat. And like you said, you take the cell phones out of their hands. Everybody's playing while they're out and they're doing something. And third, you have the gamers. Yeah. My daughter plays Dungeons and Dragons. My son plays it, my older one. My 10-year-old's in the Pokemon. Yeah. The older daughter, who's 19 and in college, she got him into it. She's like, he's got rare cards over here in the shop. You have these 3 crowds, which I don't think everybody would expect to mingle, that mingle very well here. You can't be shocked by that because that was the concept.
Yeah, I planned this starting about 7-8 years ago. We used to own a board game store on 95th and Cicero called Green Fire Games.
Oh, I know where that was, yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately that one had to close during the time we were unable to sustain. But
the dark times?
The dark times. So we went over here, and for a good 7 years I've been planning this, meticulously thinking what whiskeys we should carry at the price points that we can carry them, because you can get a Hibiki 21 year for downtown for $150.
Right.
That is not what you're paying here.
Yeah, $5 here, right?
I mean, it's
$6 maybe?
Yeah,
I'm
right?
just joking with you. I know.
I believe if the price point's correct, it's $65.
I mean, that's a big difference from the. Yeah, that's a big difference.
Because at the end of the day, we're not looking to become rich.
Right.
We're looking to build a community. Yeah. We want the community to understand that when you come here, you are a part of this. The EP is in the name. Evergreen is in the name, and that was on purpose. At the end of the day, we are always trying to make sure that our family and that our community is happy. So that's what the plan was, and the groups mingle well because dads like bourbon, kids like games, wives want time with their family.
Right, and dads play games better when there's bourbon involved. Trust me, I'm more patient during the game if I've got myself an Eagle Rare sitting in front of me. That was one of them I was having the other night when I was here. Let's talk about one of your sandwiches. Let's start with this one because it's closest to me. This is catfish, and it's huge.
Yes.
And it also has your fries, which are very good. I was already tasting some before we sat down, and a sauce here. So tell me not only about the catfish, what's on it, why you went with it, but also what am I dipping the fries in?
So I grew up in a Catholic household.
Okay.
Where Fridays was catfish because that's what mom and dad can afford, or shrimp. And she would make a pool boy, and when she made it, she would use what's called Leroy sauce with lettuce and tomato. And I always remembered it on a baguette, and I remember telling our executive chef, Oren, who was a part of Michelin restaurants, and he's now our executive chef here.
I'm sorry, you're a multi-time bartender of the year. You have a Michelin chef.
We have a Michelin sous chef, yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was part of 2 of them. One was a 3-star and one was a 1-star.
So you can watch The Bear on FX, so you can just come here to Evergreen Social. That's crazy.
It's great because that's we really put a big premise on our food. I don't think we do a Michelin star level of great, but I do think we are Michelin affiliate, especially with the food that we're serving and the price points that they are. The catfish is a staple because we are in a predominantly Catholic area, and Friday is in Lent.
Listen, it doesn't even need to be Lent. My mother won't eat meat now on Fridays ever. Yeah. And I'm like, Ma, what are you doing? You're going back in time.
Yeah.
Like we can't go out to eat on a Friday with my parents unless there's a good fish option, but I can bring her here because this, my friend, is good. And I'm going to explain to people why it's good. One, there's a kick. I love a little kick. when you're having something like this. I mean, there's a little spice. This reminds me if I was eating catfish po' boy in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And not like the one that's by Bourbon Street. No. This is if you go into the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Catfish po' boy is what this is. The baguette is perfect for it. It's just perfect, and it's just there's a lot of meat. You know,
Yes,
you can get a fish where everything's real thin and it's mostly breading. No. The breading complements the large piece of fish.
Sir.
Bravo.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I mean that's amazing.
A year of sample testing. We literally went through the menu about 50 times trying to make sure we can do everything. When we did the small soft open, for the longest we were only introducing a few items at a time until our cooks can do this. Mind you, a lot of high school kids, a lot of kids right out of high school, so none of them had cooking experience. But our chef, who's our executive chef, made sure to develop them into this, because right now our executive chef isn't in. But that tastes like an executive chef quality, I bet.
Yeah, well, first of all, in Lent, I'm going to be here every Friday because I give up beer so I can just drink bourbon.
Yes.
That's the trick.
Same here.
Or I do what my dad does. My dad goes, no liquor in the house. So he just goes out on Fridays. And then I got this thing here. I'm set. Yeah. I am totally set. We're going to get into... On the YouTube broadcast,
yes.
We're going to talk with one of your guys that runs the shop.
Yeah, Mike.
Mike. And Mike is going to take us through some of the games. Let's talk about the games.
Yes.
I'm going to run this down, then you tell me what you want to feature here. We got a game shop when you walk in where you have all these different games that are for sale and Pokemon cards. And my daughter told me you have sets and cards available for sale that she cannot find anywhere in the area.
Yes.
And she thinks your prices, like she's worried about you.
Yeah.
She's worried you're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Because you have them at an amazing price point. And then you have a gaming room out. I mean, you could play at the tables out here.
Yeah.
But you have a gaming room in the background with special tables for certain games.
Yes.
For people that like to play these role-playing games. And then you have private rooms that people can rent out as well. That's going above and beyond than just like throwing board games out on the table. Tell me about this setup behind us.
So behind you have our retail store, and it has Warhammer, Pokemon, One Piece, board games. It has Magic the Gathering. It also has the new Star Wars game. So we have a variety of games. When it comes to the Pokemon aspect of things and why our price points are set where they're at for Pokemon, they're really established because I don't want to rip people off, and I get my materials from distributors and scalpers.
You were telling me the other night
Yeah.
that you get things at like a market price,
Yes.
and so
I keep it there.
Yeah.
I'm not trying, like I said, this is not meant to get rich, and we do put a limit on things, right? So if you come in, you can't get 50 Pokemon packs.
Right.
But you can get a pack, come back tomorrow, get another pack.
Right.
It's to be able to allow everyone to grab as much as possible in a reasonable fashion. You know, we don't want people running up and grabbing 50 Pokemon.
You don't want crazy collectors coming in here and cleaning off your shelves and then turn around and selling it on eBay. You don't want that. No,
this is meant for kids to enjoy. We've been doing Pokemon Sunday now for 2 weeks, and we help kids build their decks out of our dollar box, and they get to keep the decks. There's 60 cards in a Pokemon battle deck, and now they're all excited because now 12 kids in the neighborhood, little kids ranging from the age of 7 to the age of 14, are going to be able to play over here in a little tournament and win little packs and things of that nature. So we want to make sure we keep the hobby open for the community more than anybody else. Like I said, I can't emphasize it enough. It's not meant to be rich. It's meant to enjoy.
All right, well, make sure you make a profit because I want you to stick around, okay?
Hey, as long as this pays for itself, I'm good to go.
Okay, tell me about the burger because it was so funny. Your lovely wife was talking to me, and this is a family business.
Yes.
I mean, you have family here that's
Yes.
working here as
Yes.
well, and she was like, "What do you think we should put out there?" And I said, "Well, what's selling well?" And she said, "People love the burger.
Yes.
They think the price is good, and they think it's a really good burger.
Yes.
And you're doing really well on these burgers. Tell me about this burger."
So this burger was actually invented by Oren in Vegas at Little Caesars. So, not Little Caesars, Caesars Palace. It was a sports bar there, and he had a style of how to cook the burger. It did so well that everywhere he went, when he introduced the burger, that's normally the best item over and over and over again. But the way he makes it, It's kind of like a trade secret, but it's the right amount of patty, the right amount of grease, and the best part about it is the juiciness of the meat, especially because it's cooked to well done, because it's a smash burger.
When you said the right amount of grease, I was picking the burger up, and I was like, oh, this is something special. I mean, it's got like the juice is down there in the bottom of the bun. It's not, the bun isn't falling apart, right? Yep. It's not becoming a mess. But that is, some people overthink their burgers. Yeah. That's how you put a burger together. Juicy, delicious. There's a lot on that. I mean, you're not going to walk away hungry after you're done with it.
Not at all.
And I get it. I get why that's the top seller right now. I do.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, bourbon and a burger at this place.
Man, and we're thinking about doing a burger special on Wednesdays for Warhammer Wednesdays.
You're just going to start giving away burgers?
Yeah, why not?
I don't go broke, Philip. I want you to stick around.
I want to stick around too.
Before we get out of here,
yes.
Something I did want to get back to was the bourbon.
Yes.
And you were mentioning to me you're bringing in even more.
Yes.
How are you finding them? How are you making your selections? Are they going to rotate? Tell me a little bit about that.
We have a bourbon expert on staff. His name is John Adams, one of the owners. His personal bourbon collection is about $120,000. So we go off of what he likes.
I could never have that.
Yeah, me
I buy 2 bottles and I drink them. If I have more than 1 bottle in the house, I've gone, what am I doing? Yeah.
So we make sure that he doesn't come in here and drink it all. But no, he makes really good selection when it comes to our bourbon choices. So I've learned from him. I know what I like. I like Eagle. I like the price point. My favorite bourbon is Sweet Wheat. We have that, thankfully, from Southern. It is one of the hardest whiskeys to get, but we got it at a great price point.
Yeah.
We're going to have a whiskey-less satchels with our drinks in it and our wines, and we're going to have the shelves filled.
I mean, I can picture it. I can imagine it. It's already a cool place to hang out in.
Yeah.
But holy cow!
Yeah.
You asked John Adams.
Yes.
Who great name, by the way. You asked John if he needs like an apprentice.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about getting out of the podcast game and just drinking bourbon professionally.
Bourbon. Yeah.
Right.
And you get to make deals with the distilleries and get your own bottles. It's great. He's great, and then our other partners, Nick, Fabian, and Rashawn are awesome as well. And we're all EP members. We all grew up, or we all raised our families in EP, and this was meant for this town.
And I wish you the best of luck. We never got to this drink, but I want to give you one here because I want to toast you. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
It's the EP Podcast. All things Evergreen Park. It's the EP Podcast. Evergreen Park.